There's no easy way to say this. The world we live in is making us stupid. And if you've clicked on this video, you're probably well aware of how deep the troubled waters run. We can't think, remember, or carry out a simple mundane task anymore without getting distracted at least once. Our attention spans are too fractured from digital consumption to generate and sustain focus for long periods of time, which is a clear indication of what researchers are now referring to as popcorn brain. Other defining characteristics of popcorn brain include heightened stress, fatigue, information overload, attention deficit issues, and increased anxiety. Not only is your popcorn brain corroding your ability to focus deeply, it is actively making your life worse through procrastination. If you consider yourself a serial procrastinator, we have a tool that could really help you at the end of the video. So, how do we deal with a perpetually distracted mind? The same way we deal with a lethargic and unfit body. We control what we consume and retrain our muscles for strength, flexibility, and agility. In this video, I will give you a 3-point workout plan for your mind to restore your attention span, including prep, exercises, and recovery. Step 1, prepare your mind for a major change. Be honest, did your last social media detox do any real good, or did you just go back to the same old patterns as soon as you logged back in? Changing our habits temporarily without a good why in mind is a recipe for relapse, like crash dieting right before the holidays. The bad news is that you can't hack your way back to a healthy attention span, no matter what the productivity gurus promise you. There's no magic spell you can use to become really good at multitasking without breaking focus. So here's the good news. You don't have to. The human brain can't hold more than 1 or 2 thoughts at any given moment. If we bombard it with multiple stimuli in short bursts, we fragment our ability to pay attention. And if you're serious about getting some real attention gains, you should know about the shift cost effect. The idea is simple. It costs us precious brain power to go from one task to another. Let's say in a span of 15 minutes, you began writing an important work email, responded to 3 texts, checked Instagram, and perused an online sale. This might be a regular afternoon break for you, but for your brain, this is the equivalent of a binging episode. Your brain just switched and reconfigured itself multiple times to catch and release different areas of focus. First for work, then social obligations, followed by cheap dopamine hits from social media, before finally crashing into the endless scroll of online window shopping. If we want our attention span to be ours again, we have to change the way we consume. Sheer willpower and brain hacking won't work. Which brings us to step 2. Follow your flow and find your focus. Once we've shifted our mindset to tackle the problem head on instead of working around it, we are ready to get our juices going. You may have heard the term flow state come up a lot in conversations, and for good reason. Being in a state of flow is the equivalent of a fat-burning workout for our brain. When we're flowing, we slowly weaken our urge to pick up our phone every other minute. And here's what you need to induce a flow state. A singular, realistic goal. If you don't know where you'll go, you're not going to flow. So make it mean something to you. You're not going to flow toward a goal you don't care about. The goal has to challenge you just enough to entice you, but not so much that you give up midway. So here's what a flow session could look like. Say you've been wanting to polish your cooking game for a while, but you're too lazy or tired and underconfident to get creative in the kitchen. You start by picking a recipe, but you must choose something you would enjoy eating and not something that is meant to impress others. Once you've picked out a dish, make it mean something more. Invite a friend or your partner over to try it out. The idea of hosting a dinner party for a loved one will make you care about this project even more. And lastly, make sure that you're not starting off with a complicated delicacy. Challenging yourself with a complex and technical recipe right off the bat might lead you to abandon the process midway. And with time, our ability to enter and exit flow states will become stronger, and you'll be able to hold your focus for longer periods of time. However, just as our muscles need rest and nutrition to recover, our mind too cannot remain in a state of flow for the whole day, which finally brings us to step 3, harnessing the power of boredom. Prescribing boredom as an antidote to stimulation could feel like I'm asking you to waste time, and maybe I am. I understand boredom is neither creative nor productive, but it is a very powerful messenger. Boredom tells you when an activity or lack thereof stops engaging you in a meaningful way. If you keep stimulating your brain every 2 minutes with a new notification, you'll eventually stop listening to the message. Being bored is the necessary prerequisite to being meaningfully engrossed once again. So the next time you find yourself reaching for your phone because you have nothing to do, stop and sit with that feeling. Ask yourself, what will bring me meaningful engagement at this moment? Boredom lets your mind rest and wander without any particular goal in sight, and this is how your mind recovers from the labor we put it through day in and day out. Follow this brain workout regularly, and you can help rebuild your attention span on your terms. When you follow it regularly, you'll once again be able to complete tasks without losing your way. Having said that, for some of us, getting distracted by our devices isn't a deliberate choice. It's an unconscious tendency to delay important tasks until they turn into emergencies, a tendency we all know and affectionately called, you guessed it, procrastination. The motivation behind your procrastination could range from a mere lack of interest to crippling anxiety. So how about a quick checkup? Our website offers a free general procrastination test. Just give us your responses and we'll reach out to you with our results and science-backed tips on how to get your procrastination habit under control. You'll find the link in the description box. And it goes without saying, we guarantee your privacy. Your personal info stays just that, personal. And the results, tailored just for you by seasoned psychologists. If you still find yourself struggling, don't hesitate to book a therapy session. I'm Jordan Travers. I'm a licensed clinical psychotherapist and the clinical director of Awake Therapy. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more science-backed, expert-guided therapy tips. And if you have any questions about focus building or anything else, don't hesitate to drop them in the comment section below, and I'll try my best to get to them. Also, please hit the like button if these tips were helpful to you. This encourages us to create more on-demand content loved by our audience. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.